Hello, and welcome to week 2 of the 75 hard challenge. Technically, I failed this week. And I didn't realize until week 3, so we'll talk about that towards the end. But that's fun. We're still going with it, though. We are still going, even though I technically failed. This is not the end, because I like this challenge, so we're keeping going. Start off, day 8, I did not have any vlogging that I did, just because if you've seen week 1, I was having a really rough time towards the end of it, and I just did not feel like doing much day 8. I did accomplish everything throughout the day, but I didn't really want to focus on the vlogging aspect and popping in and talking about it. I do talk about that in day 9, so we're just gonna hop over there real quick. Hey everybody, it's day 9. I didn't do a video on day 8 just because if you have seen my week 1 wrap-up video, I was having a really bad time day 7, and it kind of pulled into day 8. And by the end of day 8, I was feeling okay, but I didn't want to, like, push myself. I did accomplish everything, surprisingly. But I was like, I don't want to do more than I have to right now, just because I am already so just downtrodden that I don't want to push myself any further. And I think that was a perfectly reasonable thing for me to do. But here we are. I have spent the day taking photos, mostly. So there was my plans. It's fine. I gotta catch up on everything. It might end up being an oopsie day, but it happens. I got some of the cutest photos, some of the best photos I think I have ever gotten, and I'm going to show them to you in just a second, like a couple of them. Obviously before I edit, but then maybe I'll slip in a few. Editor Nova, get your shit together. But yeah, so we haven't really done anything today. I have drinking like half a water bottle, and I'm drinking this right now. So let's get on it. My computer is obviously working in the background because the light's changing. But let's do this. So, day 9, I did not realize that I forgot to do the poems until day 10, which I'll talk about in day 10. So that was kind of my accidental skip day for that one. Day 10, as you'll see, I'm going to talk a little bit about it, of how I got these bug bites that I don't know why I reacted so badly, but it was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And I think I might talk about them a little in day 11 too, so I'm going to kind of let those 2 days go together right here in a minute. I get bug bit a lot in the summer. I am allergic to deer flies, which is unfortunate, but I swell up for a while and then it goes down. These bug bites, for whatever reason, started itching so bad and were so painful. Not even just itching, it was painful. I told one of my friends, I was like, it feels like someone's putting a hot iron to my skin. That is what it felt like. And I was like, I don't know how well I can do this. And then when I would sweat, I went out and just played with the dog, this thing right here, for a few minutes. I was like, I'll do my 20-minute workout when I get back in. I bounded around the yard with him for a couple minutes, and anywhere the sweat touched, it was double the pain. So I went in, took a shower. I was like, nope, we're done. We're skipping that day. Here's day 10 and 11 where I talk some about that. Hey everybody, it's day 10. So yesterday I thought I did everything until I was climbing into bed and bundled all up, so happy to be asleep, and I realized I forgot to do the 2 poems. So I guess day 9 is going to be my skip day for poems because, oops. I am about to put on something and read for 20 minutes at least. I just took a Benadryl because I have been lathering myself with itch cream. Don't know why. I never have this many problems with bug bites, but I'll show you guys one of them. I won't show all of them, but They are red. They hurt. Like, they hurt so bad. They don't even just itch. They hurt. I have one up here. I have a couple right here. And I have one on my back. And it has been miserable. Hi, buddy. You come on up. Come on up. Come on. Come on up. Come on. Get your butt up here. Come on. Don't take my blanket, though. I want that. Good boy. It's been miserable the last couple days with it. Last night was so bad, I could not sleep very well. So I'm going to do my reading and maybe try and take a little nap. And then do stuff for the day. I got to do some work reports. I got to do some designing. My eyeball itches. I got to finish a video. These videos are going to be a couple weeks behind, potentially, just because I realized that I had a couple videos that I never finished editing and put up. And I was like, oops. So I did one. It should be publishing here in about an hour on YouTube. That'll be good. That'll go up. That was the 1,000 Days of Summer video. I have from May a day in my life video that I went looking for on my channel, and I was like, where is it? And I realized that I never finished it and posted it. I was like, good lord, girl, get your shit together. So I gotta finish that video today. I gotta sort through my videos in my phone, get rid of ones that I've uploaded to the computer and like created into videos, figure out what ones I do and don't need. There's a couple videos that I kind of started, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna stop that for now, and I'll go back and finish it, like, redo this video another time. So we'll do that at some point, too. Mainly we're gonna do some work to get done, and then take care of things. This might be my movement skip day, just because it hurts. Sitting here hurts. Like, they itch, but they burn. It is on fire. I put anti-itch cream on. I just took a Benadryl, so we shall see how this goes. Yeah. I will check in later. Hey guys, it's day 11, I think. Yes. I need a better way to keep track of the days at this point. So, day 10, I was correct. I did not do the movement. I skipped it just because of the bug bites, having some weird allergic reaction to them. I took the dog out and was playing for a few minutes, and anywhere I got sweaty on them was like an iron touching my skin. It was horrible. I was like, no. I'm going in, I'm washing them off, taking more Benadryl, putting more stuff on them, and just forgetting that. I don't know what is going on, because never have had bug bites to this, ever, before. So it's just wild. I think I can do a walk or something today, but oh my god, yesterday was I have no idea what it was. So today I gotta do everything. I'm currently kind of struggling with my Western, because when I first started it, I kind of had it more like Lonesome Dove. If you've read Lonesome Dove, it's kind of set up as, here's the main characters, but like, here's all the other players in it too. And so sometimes you get some of their point of views and stuff as well. And originally my series was going to be like that. Like, here's the two main characters. This is who it mostly focuses on. But you get little, like, other stories included. Like, the female main character has sisters. You get some of their point of views and some of what they're doing and what they're thinking about the situation. Some townsfolk. And I removed that because I was like, that just feels like it's too much going on. And now I'm debating if I should bring that back in. So I'm not really sure how to go about that. Just because I'm like, I didn't really want to do a large, like, cast of characters. But at the same time, you meet all these characters anyway. So that's kind of where I'm at today, I think, is figuring out if I want to do that. I'm going to keep writing. But, like, do I want to now have this larger cast of characters? Why do I keep going dark? Come back to me. There's no reason you should be dark. There is light outside. I am debating on whether or not I should do that, because reading Lonesome Dove, I'm like, this is kind of really working for it. And maybe it would work for mine as well. But I'm also debating if it would work for it just because mine is so focused on the ex-outlaw and this female rancher that I'm like, I don't know if it would work to do like a omniscient kind of hop around to different people. We're gonna figure that out today. I'm just got some food. We're gonna go read. We're gonna go write. We gotta do therapy today. And I'll check in with you later. So I'm working on my writing right now. And this is one line that makes me question whether or not I should go into like an omniscient and bring in other people. Because the outlaw goes, what other legends and whack jobs do I gotta worry about around here? And Bill, the sheriff, and Lucky share a look before Bill tips back his whiskey. I'm like, that leads into so many possibilities, that one line, like right there, those two little lines, that make me wonder if I should bring in more. I've already kind of restructured or thought about restructuring this series. The second and third book I thought about combining, but I was also like, I don't even know how I feel about them anymore. Like, I don't know how I feel about any of these books anymore. I do know there's one scene in one of them that I'd really like to keep, but I don't know how to keep it. So it's kind of like what do I do at this point? I think I'm going to have to pull it all the way back down to nothing and see what I can get out of it, which is going to suck because I don't really want to go all the way back to nothing after coming out with 8 books and like structuring them all and then poof. But you know, sometimes that's the way it goes in writing. So I guess we'll see. I was having more ideas about how to make it a little darker or how to like alter it a little. That maybe the outlaw doesn't immediately go to the ranch. Maybe he's invited on after some time. Maybe he's just hanging out in the area, which I kind of like that idea almost better, of like he and Lucky meet before everything and go from there, maybe? I don't know. So I'll figure it out, I guess. I was also thinking about making Lucky have more of a transformation, but I don't know how. We've been watching 1883, and like the girl Elsa went from wearing a dress to she bought pants off somebody, and I was like, oh, something like that could be interesting, but like it doesn't make sense for her backstory of, you know, her backstory is she literally went out on the range with her father as a child. Like, to then change that, it doesn't make a lot of sense just because it doesn't, you know? So I'm not really sure how to go about that, I guess. I'll figure it out in some way. We're apparently doing a lot of restructuring, so it's fine. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so I'm about to be in therapy, so I will check in with you all later. And then we went on to day 12. Day 12, y'all. So today I feel like I'm going to have some problems getting some of the things done just because I have a gaming date with my friend later. And that will be a couple hours. Oh, hi! I needed a fluffy blanket for my foot. And he's got his head on my foot. So now I'm stuck here. So that'll be a few hours. I have to go into work this morning. I have to call the BMV, which is my state's DMV. I don't know why we have it B, honestly. I had to call and get an extension on my license because my license technically expires next month. But I can't get an appointment until October. So I don't really want to call them. I'm not looking forward to calling them. I am panicking about calling them. But we gotta do it. So between everything today, I don't know how much I'm gonna get done. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can, obviously. And go from there. Yesterday I did do everything. Yesterday, my 20 minutes was actually split into partial workout and partial walk because I was in the middle of the workout and Dad came and he goes, hey, it's a good day to take the dog for a WALK. Do you want to go? And I was like, I don't have to listen to this kettlebell anymore. Hell yeah, let's go. Oh, I forgot to do some. Hold on. Berries for puppers. I did accomplish everything yesterday. I actually got about like 3,400 words in. But as I was saying yesterday, I'm debating on completely changing up the story. And I was thinking of some stuff last night, and it would get rid of a lot of the plot points I've already come up with, but I think I might like it better. So as I'm still writing this third draft, I'm also kind of writing like a third and a half of like this new idea I'm coming up with, and kind of like putting them not together but like side by side and figuring out what I want to do. I have been thinking while reading Lonesome Dove of doing something more incorporating most of the town, since it is named after the town. But I also don't know how well that will work, so that might also be a test of seeing what we can do with that and going from there. So, I gotta eat this and get going because I'm very late. It's fine. But I'll check in with y'all later. Day 13. This is where I lost it. Didn't know I did, but I did because I forgot to do the workout. So here's day 13. It is day 13. Day 12, I did everything. I almost didn't finish the 20 minutes of movement because we went for a WALK. Not going to say the full thing because he will be like, we're going? And we're not. It's too hot right now. Especially for him. So, we did a little one with him last night, and I was going to continue. So we got close to the house, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go a little farther. I told my dad I was going to go. I got like 30 seconds down the road, and I'm like, why am I getting wet? I was like, that's not quite right. And so I kind of stood there for a second. I was like, oh, it's starting to rain. So I walked back to the house. I was like, I'll just, I guess, do kettlebell for 5 minutes, because I think that's all I technically had to do. I'm like, we'll do it anyway. A little bit of strength training won't hurt anybody, right? And as soon as I got home, I got in the house, I started doing it. It started downpouring. I was like, whew, got that out of the way anyway. So today, I actually have to do editing for a client, pretty much, first off. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to read, it's a revision, like, he edited a bunch of it and has sent it back to me. So I am going to go in and read the comments that I had left on the last document, and then go through and read his. Usually when I think this is like the third or fourth on this story. Well, usually when I have that, I've gotten it quite a few times, I do less and less every revision, like comments and stuff, especially since, like, I've commented on it, 3 times already. Why am I going to leave the same, like, comments again, if that makes sense? So I'm going to go through and see the things that he had been weak on previously and see if those have been fixed. And then we'll probably do that for a little bit, and then I'll shake it up and do some of my writing and maybe some of the social media posts. And then I'll probably stop for a little bit. I need to start getting a few more of my things ready for the book fair. I think today I'm going to figure out what prints I want to do and maybe order them. I think I'm going to do like 20 of each, maybe. I don't know. I feel like there's supposed to be thousands of people at this event. I feel like I'm going to blow out in a day. And that kind of scares me because I'm like, I don't want to not go back, but if I run out of everything, So, I also got re-upload some files for my books, because I added AI stuff of, like, no AI use. And I also changed the book cover for my poetry book. I'm so excited. That'll be coming as probably a short soon. We might work on that, later today. I have a video idea of, like, the reveal of new cover. So we'll probably work on that later today too. So let's get on things. We're already late in the day. It is almost 2 o'clock. I got up this morning. I got my laundry, like my bedding all ready to go. And I came downstairs and got in the house, and we got paged out for fire alarm activation. So I was gone with the fire department for a little while this morning of tending to that. So luckily it wasn't anything bad. For some reason, the smoke alarms went off, and there was, like, a really strong creosote smell in the house, but we checked everything. There was no heat, nothing, no gases. So for some reason they went off. But so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Get on things. Gotta get things done.
Closest I've been to a leopard is 20 feet, and I couldn't sleep for a week after. What was that like? Fighting that thing with your bare hands, what was that like? You didn't say you were sorry.
So then day 14 was technically a skip day because I had already planned that I was going to be out and about for so long that I probably would not be able to do anything that day. So I just didn't focus on it. I had pre-planned it. I have a couple others that I pre-planned. But I kind of decided towards the end of the day into the next day, which you will see, that I'm going to do skip days and still put the number on it. So like day 14 is going to stay day 14, even though I skipped it. And so this will now be like the 76 hard when I get to like other things, 77, 78, 79. So when we get to the end of this challenge and I'm at like day 80 or something, that's why, is just to keep myself organized. That's how I'm going through and being like, this is a skip day. Day 14 was a skip, so we're on a day 15. So that's how we're gonna do it. I'll let me talk. Hey everybody, it is day 14. This is technically one of my pre-planned like days off, but I'm gonna try and do as much as I can just because I didn't do the movement yesterday. By the afternoon I just wasn't feeling too great, and I was like, I didn't really want to go for a walk, and I didn't really want to play around with like weights or anything, so I was like, we'll just use it as the skip day. And then I was like, oh no, Sunday, like, I'm gonna be out of town. I have to use it for that. And then I was like, oh no, like, I had planned that there was gonna be a few days where I was gone, that it would be fine, right? And so I was like, well, I think I can get some of it done. I don't think I can do all of it, so I'm not going to count a failure if I don't get things done today, but like, I'm going to still count it as day 14, I guess, if that makes sense, and go from there, just because I think I can do at least the reading and maybe some of the writing later, and I figure if I can at least get part of those done, like, that's better than me not doing it at all. So that's what we're gonna do. If I don't do anything today, we're not gonna count it as like a failure or a skip, just because I wasn't supposed to do anything today. But I figure, you know what? Let's try and do as much as we can, because why not? I got my water bottle with me. I will probably have that done by the time I get to my next stop, because I have been so thirsty for some reason. It is really hot today. I mean, it's only like 80, but like, I'm feeling it. I'm like, am I getting sick? I hope not, because if I get sick, this whole challenge is fucked. Like, we'll just have to stop and do it again another day, I guess, because I definitely will not be able to do this and work, etc. while sick. So I will see you all later. I am, I think, going to Barnes & Noble later with my aunt, so maybe I'll film some of that. I'll see you later. I got 2 drinks. This is my normal. It is strawberry dragon fruit refresher with green tea. And this is the triple mocha frozen coffee. This is fantastic. I am regretting that I didn't bring a koozie though. So for the wrap up, we did pretty good. Obviously, we technically failed. I did kind of give it a little leniency to myself because having some allergic reaction, you don't plan for that. But I'm going to say technically I failed, even though I'm keeping going. because I want to keep going and I don't want to admit that I failed. I mean, I did admit that I failed. Like, you know, I don't want to admit defeat just yet. Day 8, I got 2,955 words. Day 9, I got 2,237 words. Day 10, 2,753 words. Day 11 was 3,400. Day 12 was 2,093. And day 13 was 2,416. So in total, at the end of week 2, total words I've written across this challenge so far is 31,651. That's a lot of words. In 2 weeks, 30,000. So that's pretty good. I like that number. So even though we technically failed this week, we are still going to keep going. You will see us into week 13. And that is kind of when we actually admit that we failed this one, because I did not realize it until day 15. And I was going to update some things on my sheet and I went, oh shit. So you can enjoy that reaction in week 3 when that comes out, because that was not a fun day, because I was so excited. I was doing so well and then I failed. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's why it's a hard challenge, right? You know? That's why there's 6 different things that you're supposed to do in it and do them all. It's definitely a hard challenge. Week 3 will be coming soon. I hope you guys have been enjoying this clusterfuck of this challenge of how we're failing on week 2. It's fine. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everybody.